subject elements of costing 1, we are studying the problems and solutions relating to cost sheet. Here is one problem. Now we have to discuss is the problem which is asked to the previous examination, that is for November 2014 for 15 marks. Here the question is, the following information has been obtained from the record of Matosri Limited for a period from June 1, 2006 to June 30, 2006, and the information given are cost of raw materials in stock on 1/6/2006, that is 30,000. Raw material purchased during the month is 4,50,000. Next, wages paid 2 lakh rupees. Wages outstanding 30,000. Factory overhead 92,000. Work in progress 12,000. Raw materials in stock on 30th/6/2006 is 25,000. Next, work in progress on 30th/6/2006 is 15,000. Then opening stock of finished goods 60,000. Next, closing stock of finished goods 55,000. Selling and distribution overhead 20,000. Sales 9 lakh rupees. And last, administrative overhead is 30,000. Here we are asked that you are required to prepare a statement showing number A, prime cost, number B, works cost, number C, cost of production, number D, cost of goods sold, and number E, sales. So we are asked to prepare the statement of cost or cost sheet. Cost sheet, or it is also called as statement of cost. So we have to prepare cost sheet and we have to give the heading like statement of cost for the month ending on 30th June 2006. First we have to take the raw material cost. So raw materials consumed has to be ascertained. Here raw material, first we have to take the opening stock of raw material. Raw materials, cost of raw material in stock on 1/6/2006 denotes opening stock. So opening stock is of raw material is 30,000. Next we have to add purchase of raw materials. Raw material purchase during the month is 4,50,000. The total is 4,80,000. Next, less closing stock of raw materials. Here closing stock of raw materials, that is raw materials on 30th June 2006 is closing stock. Here that is 25,000 rupees. The remaining figure is raw materials consumed. Here raw materials consumed cost or direct wages. It is also called a wages. Here wages paid is 2 lakh rupees. Wages paid is 2 lakh rupees. And also one more information is given related to wages, that is wages outstanding 30,000. So we have to add outstanding wages, add outstanding, that is 30,000 rupees, and the total labor cost or the total wages is 2,30,000. Next, to ascertain prime cost, we have to take one more cost, that is direct expenses. It is also called as chargeable expenses. So here there is no any information regarding direct expenses. So the aggregate of these two elements of cost is prime cost. So prime cost is 6,85,000. Here prime cost is 6,85,000. To this cost we have to add factory overhead, administrative overhead and selling and distribution overhead to ascertain the total cost, and also the opening stock of work in progress and closing stock of work in progress, and opening stock of finished goods and closing stock of finished goods has to be given consideration. Next, we have to add factory overhead. Here factory overhead is 92,000. The total is 7,77,000. To this figure we have to add opening work in progress and deduct closing work in progress, then we get works cost. After adding factory overhead, the total is 7,77,000. Next, we have to add opening work in progress, that is work in progress on 1/6/2006 is opening work in progress. Here it is 12,000. Next, the total is 7,89,000. From this figure we have to deduct closing work in progress. Work in progress on 30th June 2006, 15,000 is closing work in progress. So we have to take 15,000 here. After deducting 15,000, the remaining figure is 7,74,000, and this is the works cost. To this cost we have to add administration overhead to get the cost of production. So next, add administrative overhead becomes 8 lakh 4,000, and this is the cost of production. Eight lakh 4,000 is the cost of production. Up to this stage, raw materials have been converted into finished goods. So, to get the cost of goods sold, we have to add opening stock of finished goods and deduct closing stock of finished goods to get the cost of goods sold. So, add opening stock of finished goods. We have to add opening stock of finished goods. Here it is 60,000, and the total is 8 lakh 64,000. From this figure we have to deduct the closing stock of finished goods, that is 55,000, less closing stock of finished goods. Here it is 55,000. After deducting closing stock of finished goods, the remaining figure is 8 lakh 9,000. It is the cost of goods sold. This is the cost of goods sold. For this cost, we have to add selling and distribution overhead. So, selling and distribution overhead is related to the goods sold only. So, next we have to add selling and distribution overhead. Here, cost of goods sold is 8 lakh 9,000. To this figure, we have to add selling and distribution overhead. Here, selling and distribution overhead is 20,000 rupees. So, the total becomes 8 lakh 29,000. It is the cost of sales or total cost. It is the cost of sales, or it is also called as total cost. And this total cost is compared with sales. If sales are more than cost, the difference is profit. So, here the sales is rupees 9 lakh. From the 9 lakh, the total cost 8 lakh 29,000 is deducted. The remaining figure is 71,000. It is the profit. Here, so the three important elements in cost sheet are direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses, and also three types of stock are opening stock of raw material, opening stock of work in progress, and also opening stock of finished goods, and closing stock of raw material, closing stock of finished goods, and closing stock of work in progress also have to be taken into consideration. And there are three types of overheads are there: factory overhead, office or administration overhead, and selling and distribution overhead. These three, there are three types of stock, three types of overheads, and also the three important elements, that is direct material, direct labor, and direct expense. The aggregate of these three direct elements is called prime cost. So we have to remember the format of cost sheet